Alrighty. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm in a hotel. It's an artist hotel in Tucson. Really nice. It has a lot of history to it. And other people I was walking around, they were telling me about it. Each parking space, there's a name that's been painted on the end and of people or organizations that have supported this hotel all these years. Got me coffee, woke up and walked right down to the lobby. It's you have to walk outside. It's really positioned like a motel, but it's a hotel, and I can see why. Yeah, this is top notch. Yeah. Well, I just want to tell you about myself, Minivan Lee, and I've been on the road for almost 6 years now. My YouTube channel has been going almost 3 years, so that's pretty cool, and thank you all for following me all this time. I really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I've really gotten to know a lot of you. Lilani, Velocity, Carla, Julia. Wow, yes, you've been with me all this time. Thank you so much. And that's just the tip of the surface. David, Bob, you know who you are. Thank you. I went in and I got a bath. When I lived in a bricks and sticks, a lot of times I would go in and I would go right in, take my coffee and go in and soak in the tub, and I would just lay in there, soak up the water and think. A lot of my creativity came from being inside a bathtub with either in the winter be warm water, hot water, or in the summer it would be cool water. Well, yes, I've been traveling in my minivan for almost 6 years. I still love it. I would not trade it. So why am I in a hotel? Well, Expedia, I got an email that I had a free day. It had to be at a certain amount. I could pick one, and so I picked this one because I'd been here before. It's really a lovely place. So I was so excited. I got my hair washed and just soaked in the tub. To me, soaking in the tub is the big deal. Taking a shower and soaking in a tub. But I did find a place in Tucson for free showers, and I'm gonna start taking advantage of that. But traveling in my minivan, I really like it. And now I travel part-time with Paul. I know a lot of you've seen him, but if you're new to the channel, let me just introduce who he is. Right now, he's not in Tucson. He's wanted to go off by himself, and I totally understand that. We like to do that. We like to go off by ourselves. We don't have to be connected at the hip. That's not our relationship. We met as friends, and we have a nice relationship. It's hard to define what it is because it changes all the time, but we are definitely, first and foremost, good travel buddies, and we're best friends. We're BFFs, yeah. But he's not here right now. He's off by himself in isolation and solitude, and I respect that. And I'm in my solitude because this is what I like to do when I'm in solitude. But I really do enjoy traveling alone. I can get more done. I have a lot of projects in the making right now. So I can get more done when I'm alone, because when I'm traveling with Paul, we tend to, he likes to go out for a restaurant for breakfast. He loves his omelets. And, so all in all, driving there, let me just say, taking off all my window shades, it doesn't take that much time, but it's just so repetitive. It's like, oh my gosh, I got to take off my window shades again. If you travel around a lot, and I'm in the city, I have to do it all the time. If you're boondocking, you don't have to worry about it. But traveling in a city, oh my gosh, or in a town, yes, every time you go, you have to take down, put back up. And So that does take time away from getting some of my business done. But all in all, I love being a nomad and I love being in a minivan. And a lot of you said, well, why don't you get, well, let me answer you, Felicity. I love you so much. You are a hoot. I am a hoot. We should travel together, Felicity. Seriously. We would have so much fun. Well, either that or we'd be at each other's throats all the time. You know, sometimes opposites attract. But you and I were almost like twins. So, oh, and I want to do a shout out to Kathy. I just love you. Thank you. You're a great support for me. Well, Felicity, you had mentioned about a high top. That a lot of people are putting high tops on minivans. It can be done. Yes, I would not do that though. For me, as a nomad, I enjoy the stealthiness of being in a minivan. I can park anywhere in a town or a city. Nobody notices me. I keep it clean. There's no dents and scrapes and rust on it. It's a decently new, I mean, it's a 2014, but it's not even 10 years old yet. It's only 8 years old. So seriously, I can park anywhere. And I will tell you that since Paul has been in Tucson and we've been parking, he's not very stealthy. And he says, and sometimes he stays up later. And so I say, well, I'll text him and goes, everything okay out there? Because all my windows are covered. He goes, well, a couple of people kind of walked around our vans looking at it and not knowing, you know, like they look like they're looking at it suspiciously. I'm serious. So he goes, let's not park here again tomorrow. So it's not a stealthy parking in a city with Paul. And he just has a Ram ProMaster high top. I mean, and he's got the stickers on the back. So, you know, seriously, with my minivan, it's just so stealthy. I can park anywhere I want to. Yeah. And nobody suspects me being in there. What I do when I park at night, all the windows are totally covered. They just are. And I can have my lights on, my fairy lights. Usually put on red lights. I don't put on real bright lights. But, you know, the red lights. And I can sit in there and do what I want to do and then go to bed. So this is my life. If you're new, this is my life. I enjoy being in my minivan. Now, my daughter in Tucson, she really would love me to get a place so I could be centered here. But I can be centered here. Let me fluff out my hair so it dries. Okay. She would love me to get a place. She really would. And maybe I would, and I could be, you know, part-time in and part-time out. Yeah, that's a good option. But I'm still here in my minivan. I think maybe she wants to come over. So here's where I'm getting at. Last night, I told her, I said, well, I'm at this hotel again. If you want to come over, come on over, because she's pretty close. And so she did. After work, she came over. She's a psychologist. She works with children. And so she came over. Oh my gosh. I was up really late. I only got like about 6.5, 7 hours of sleep. I'll make it. But I wanted to get up early anyways and enjoy being here. Yeah. So yeah, she really enjoyed being. We went to the lobby. We played foosball. We played table tennis, ping pong. We had a good time. This place is really far out, man. It just is. They had, by the pool, they had a guitarist, and they had a little fire. They had, I think it's called cornhole. They have this Zen area where this is a happening place. I love it. So I'll probably come again here and there. This is my go-to place now in Tucson. But I do love, along the walls, people have painted little poems, and they're about Tucson. I don't know. I don't work for the Visitor Bureau. I don't work for Tucson, you know. But there is something very, very special about Tucson. I don't care what anybody says. The draw back in 1978, the draw for me was Tucson. I drove through it and went to see my sister in another state, and my husband and I said, let's go back to Tucson and let's settle. And so we did. And I lived here 40 years. I've seen a lot of changes in Tucson. Oh yeah. But a lot of them for the better. And some of them, maybe not for the better, I don't know. It is getting a little crowded, but it's becoming, in a way, not as big, but it's becoming sort of like Phoenix, where you got Glendale, and you got Tempe, and you got, okay, my mind's going blank there. But you've got all those little areas. Well, we're having the same thing go on. I remember in Marana was just like a farm town. A bunch of, we considered a bunch of farmers live out in Marana. Well, that's where a lot of the cotton was grown in a lot of the fields. Oh my gosh, Marana is really becoming an upscale enclave part of Tucson. Wow. And then you've got Oro Valley. Oh my gosh. That always was sort of upscale, yeah. So Tucson is large. A lot of people don't like what's happening inside the city. There's a lot of accidents, and Tucson is a very transient place. People come and they go, and they stop over, they try to make it, and then they go. So, but I think it's, in that respect, it's friendly. I've mentioned this before, so not to be too repetitive, but I find that when it's a transient kind of a place like Tucson, people are more friendly because they were new once themselves, and they are willing to embrace other people, newcomers. We're happy to be here. And of course you got the sun and you got the weather. People smile a lot, except in the summer. You get towards the end of the summer, people are like, they get grumpy. But yeah, Tucson is very friendly. I found that when I went back east and lived there for like 6 months, it was a little bit difficult to kind of move in and make good friends. They didn't need more friends. They had enough. Everybody kind of stays where they grew up, and they've got their friends from school, they've got their relatives. So when you come to Tucson, your relatives, you left them behind. You want friends, you want to make friends, so you're friendly. And people who live here have already been through it, so they're friendly too. Okay, did you get that? Cheers. I'm gonna have to go down and get some more coffee. But yeah, I like being here, but you know what? I will enjoy going back to my minivan just as much. And I won't regret being here, and I won't regret having to go back into my minivan. I love it. You know what I love the most about it? I'm serious. What I love the most about living in my minivan is the fact that I can move myself and my home wherever I want to. I can do whatever I want during the day. I just can. And to me, that's a big deal. I don't have to, like, when I go somewhere, I don't, you know how that saying goes, well, I'm somewhere and I feel like, well, I can't wait to go back home. Well, I am home. I'm always home wherever I go, because I can walk out. If I'm in a building, I can just walk out and there's my home. Yeah. Do I worry about my home, losing everything? No, I don't worry about it. It's in the back of my mind that somebody could break in and take everything I own, or they could steal my home and drive away with it. You just have to be safe and be careful and have faith that it's not going to happen. So I love this lifestyle. And if you're in a home and you're thinking about, maybe you're tired of paying rent, maybe you're tired of paying mortgage, maybe you're tired of paying property tax, maybe you're tired of all the maintenance. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to advise you to go ahead and do this lifestyle, because with the times, you never know. Maybe it's better that you do keep your home, but that you could do this part-time. Get yourself a minivan. Yeah. So I guess my point is that it's fun. And if you think this is for you, because when I first saw this lifestyle, I thought, that's for me. I knew it. And it was just a matter of time. I knew it. And if you're of the same thinking, well, wow, let's go. I do want to mention that I do have a book. It's called How to Live in a Minivan. And then the subtitle is The Minivan Lee. And it is available on Amazon. It's not expensive. There's paperback and there's the ebook. And the ebook makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, that you can read it on your phone or on your tablet or on your computer. You can take it wherever you go. If you're out and about and you have to wait in line or you're waiting for an appointment, you can sit down and you can read the book. Doesn't it kind of make sense? But a lot of you like the paperback. Well, it is a concise A to Z. It's A to Z. I'm serious. With lots of lists. Lists. Everybody loves lists. I wanted to do a book with lists so that you could transfer your ideas into your own notebook. And I suggest that you get a notebook. You buy one just for yourself. Get a nice one. Buy yourself a brand new pen, a really nice one. And use it. Keep it on your desk. Keep it on your kitchen counter. Keep it wherever you get. And every time you think of something, you start writing it down. And so I take you from A, how to organize and what to think about, to Z, of you're in your van and you're moving around. And there's suggestions on where to go and how to maneuver your life. So I take you from A to thinking about it and organizing it. And then I take you through talking to your family. What can they do for you? Can they handle your mail while you're traveling? All the way to how to get rid of your stuff, what to do with your stuff, how to organize your home to get rid of it and to decide what you want to take. All the way, I go through everything that you could possibly need to think about, because there's legal aspects of it too. I mean, everybody has to have an address and a domicile. How are you going to deal with these things? Your insurance, how to get your mail forwarding, all that stuff. It's in there. It's in there. How to live in a minivan, the Minivan Lee. It's on Amazon. It's easy. And if you know somebody who's thinking about doing it, you can buy it for them. It's not an expensive book. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is my life for today. This is my life for this morning. I had a good time here with my daughter last night. I'm still like, wow, that was so much fun. We haven't had a girls' night out between her and I in a long time. We're like really good friends. I am really good friends with my children. I just am. I will just mention, I wasn't like a traditional mom where I was tough and I laid down the law. Although when they were young, I had to kind of maneuver them a little bit. My husband was killed in a car accident when they were younger. And so I was a single mom. And so there were times where I did have to be tough, but for the long haul, I wasn't. I let them make their own mistakes. And I had to work, so they had a lot of freedom. But in that, they are very successful. They're very professional. And we are friends. We all remain really good friends. We have a lot to talk about. When we get together, we can laugh. And we have such good memories. So that's my children. That's the life of my children. And I just, I'm so glad that they were tough times before, but I'm so glad that I had them. So, well, there we go. Get to know me just a little bit more. I'm going to go get some more coffee, okay? I love you guys. Mwah. See you tomorrow. Please subscribe. It really helps me out. Subscribe. And go through the list. I have playlists, but I'll go down below on my videos and look at some of my early ones. I've been doing these videos for 3 years. I've got almost 500 videos. Wow. Yeah. I mean, and it's fun too. You can see the progression of how I've changed my looks and how much better I've gotten at doing videos. Maybe you'll notice, maybe you won't go, no, she's the same. But I think, it takes practice. Practice makes perfect. And I hope that I've gotten better at making videos. I think I have. Well, I'll quit the chit-chatting, right? I love you. I'm a chit-chatter in the morning. If you don't know that by now, and you knew, yeah, in the morning, there you go. I love you. Bye.